Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Anisa, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and ring the bell. Everything I will link to, we link to down below in the description, and let's get right into the video. So today I'm going to be showing you guys my sister's fall nails. This video was recorded a very long time ago, but like before Thanksgiving, like way before Thanksgiving, sometime in like early November this was recorded. But I finally got the video edited, and now I'm using a Panna cuticle bit. I think this is Panna. It could be a regular, just like a random one I have, but I definitely will link a kit below with a ton of these cuticle bits in there. This is just a ceramic one, and I'm using it on forward right now just to push it up and clean off anything that's connected to the nail bed, well, the nail plate. And then I'm going from the opposite direction. I put the drill in reverse and I'm going that way just to make sure that side is properly cleaned out. And then after I'm done cleaning that out with the cuticle bit, I'm going to go ahead and use a fine grit sanding band and remove the shine from the natural nail. And I do go in at the cuticle area again just to make sure it's no shine left on there, because it will lift up pretty easily if you leave any amount of shine. And I'm using zero pressure, like I'm being super light. And I like to go around the cuticle area and then feather through the nail just to make sure I don't put any like pressure on there at all. And I'm not making her nails like flat or anything like that. I'm just literally removing the shine. And then after I get done removing the shine, I go ahead and dust the nails off. This is just a manicure brush. And then after I'm done dusting it off, I go ahead and dip into some alcohol. I did cleanse her nails off with alcohol before I started removing the shine and doing all that stuff. And after I go in with I use the alcohol just to dehydrate, by the way, like dehydrate and cleanse. And I'm using Bomb Nails XXL, I think there's 3 X's, tapered square no C-curve tips. And I'm using KDS glue to glue them on, and they glue on super quick. And I'm matching them up from sidewall to sidewall, and I'm making sure they fit her properly. And we will be cutting these down with some tip cutters. But I also do go in and blend in the tip with the natural nail, only on the tip. I don't touch the natural nail at all. And we had a little rocket raccoon toy up just so y'all could see it, but it kept falling. So I think I did move it at some point. But after I'm done gluing on these tips, I will come back after. But I kind of explained what I did after the tips are glued on. Now I'm going in with those tip cutters. These are just from Amazon, and I'm cutting them to the length that she tells me to. And of course with her, you know how it is with her. You have to cut the nails multiple times because she keeps changing her mind about the length. So yeah, she does this all the time. And like anytime I do her nails, she changes it every single time. But it's okay because she's my sister. So I'll allow it. So after these are cut to her length, then I'll go ahead and blend in the tip with the natural nail, only on the tip. Like I said, only on the tip. You don't want to touch the natural nail anymore because it's already fine. So here I am just blending it in, and it just helps with like application. I do go in with a clear base layer anyway, so it does help with like flattening that hump as well. And after I'm done with this, I will go ahead and shape the nails. I do use an 80/80 grit hand file. It's from Carlash, and I get these off of Amazon, and I really do love the 80/80 grit hand files. Sometimes I use the 180 grit ones, but it's for very special circumstances. But here I am filing the nails, and I'm just making sure it's not on the skin or anything like that, or the little wings aren't sticking out, but the wings on this aren't too severe anyways. And I do file the free edge because I like to make sure everything is straight, and she did want these tapered square, of course. So I'm just making sure everything is nice and straight. And after that, I will go in with my prep and all that, and then we'll be ready for application. So again, I went ahead and dusted off the nails and then dipped into some alcohol. And now I'm dehydrating one more time, but I'm using the nail prep and like dehydrator from LGN. And I just do one coat just because I had already dehydrated with the alcohol before this and dehydrating again. So it's already dry enough to me. It's just like to make sure I didn't, like, if I touch her skin and then if I touch her nail, it'll put oil on it again. So that's why I did that. And now I'm going in with the Mia Secret primer, and then I do 2 coats of that, but I do it one hand, then the other hand, as you can see, and then I go back in on the first hand and apply another coat of primer. So in total, that's 2. And then I go ahead and do a quick clear base layer to lock it all in while it's nice and wet still. So I make sure I have pretty good adhesion, and this is what's been helping me, you know, with the lip situation. I want to make sure I get the primer out of the way. I'm not done with it yet because I haven't done the other hand's second coat, but I want to make sure I go ahead and get the clear base layer on this hand because it already has that 2 layers, and I like to do it while it's wet. It's just really quick to me. And then after that, I can kind of take my time a little bit and I don't have to rush, because if you wait too long, like if it takes you a really long time to do the nails, the primer is gonna like dry up a little bit, and I feel like it's not as good after it's already dry. So you're gonna have to go in with another coat, and that'll make it 3 in total. So yeah, no, I just go ahead and stick with 2. And after I'm done with the clear base layer, I'm gonna go in with my other acrylics. So I'm gonna be back when I'm back at my little design portion. So while I'm doing the thumb, I thought I'd explain that it is very important when you're doing like your thin clear base layer or your like acrylic in general, like around your cuticle area, because if you get it on the skin, it's going to be kind of difficult to get off once it dries. So you want to be very, very, very careful and make sure if it gets on the skin, you go ahead and wipe it up, and don't get too close to the cuticle area, because you might miss a little spot when you're going in and like finish filing and like sealing around the cuticle, and because it's too close, you can't get into it because it's literally like on their skin, so you might risk cutting them. So I just kind of recommend leaving like a little tiny gap so you can get your bit in there, and you also make sure it's not on the skin already. But I just kind of leave one to where it's not too noticeable, because if you leave where it's noticeable and then you file around it, it's gonna make it bigger and bigger. So I'm going in with JC Beauty Concepts cover blush, JC Beauty Concepts monomer, a Beetles number 10 brush. And as you can see, this is my old setup because the black desk is still there, but I have completely changed like everything now. And I'm going to be using a smile line cutter, and this was my first time ever using it. So yeah, technically it's my first time ever using it. I know I put the Let It Snow bundle video up first and I used it in there, but this was my real first time ever using it in this one. Like I said, this video is older than that one. But I knew that we wanted her nails to all be a size 3. So you need to get the acrylic to meet that area, so because you have to cut it. So I did a lot of research on this cuticle cutter before the smile line cutter, before I bought it. And everyone was saying to make sure it's matte, but I think I waited a little too long because it was matte. And like I said, it was my first time trying it, so she was very intrigued as well, because she's my guinea pig, and of course she knows my first time and she had never seen it before, and she was seeing that she really liked it, and she was like, oh, this looks really good. And I really do enjoy the smile line cutter. You just have to know how to use it. I do show you the other hand because I did it a lot better. This is because it's my first time. I didn't know how long to wait, because when they said matte, I think you mean matte, but it's like if you've ever used a X-Acto knife or like a sharp tool or anything like that to cut a V-cut, it's the exact same waiting time. Like literally, it's the exact same one. This video is a bit of a shorter video as well. Well, not shorter, but I don't actually have what is that called? The top coat footage, or me filing these nails after everything's applied. So this is kind of it. After it's like application, like encapsulation, I should say, that's the end of the video. But here I am building up this nail one more time, just because it was a little bit too thin, and like I always say, you want to make it is thick enough so when you put that second color on there or whatever design you're doing, you want it to have a wall that it's gonna brush up against. And it's going to make it so much like easier for you to get everything you need in there. And here's the one where I did it perfectly. So you kind of want to make sure, of course, you have a good thickness, because if it's too thin, the thinner you layer acrylic, the faster it's going to dry. For me at least, it's kind of like that. So like when I use like these little thin like wispy edges, those kind of dry pretty quick. So if you don't have enough acrylic, like you don't get a big enough bead, you kind of want to work a little bit faster. I shouldn't have put that one so far back. I should have made it a little bit more forward, but I was also trying to work on the thickness in general. So I went ahead and added some more acrylic. Then I cut the other nail. Now it's time to cut this one off, and look, that one was perfect. Literally nothing stayed behind. Like I was getting ready to go in and cut it off, but there was nothing to cut off. And now I'm making it a little bit thicker, just because I'm not encapsulating this back portion at all, because I feel like the encapsulated look, it's a particular look. And for this, we didn't want the nail bed to, like, the back portion to look like it was encapsulated, but if the actual like smile line portion looked like it was encapsulated, that was fine. But you didn't want the whole thing look encapsulated, and it would just be way too thick. But we also wanted to do it a specific way. You'll see why we did it like that in a minute. But these nails, I guess they're kind of like intricate, but not really. When you break it down, like when you look at it, it kind of looks like, whoa, like it looks pretty intricate. But when you really break it down and you go through all the steps, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. So of course I'm making it thicker, and after these have dried, you want to go ahead, and you see how I left my paper towel there that I was using. You don't do that. You want to fold it up so no dust gets inside of it. But I'm going back to the 80/80 grit hand file, and here I am finally folding it up. You see I closed my powders because you don't want that filing dust in there. But all I'm doing right now is getting off those little bits that was stuck because it dried on me. So I'm getting all that off. You don't want to leave it on there because it'll kind of show these little crackly bits like under your design. It'll be like raised up. So you want to go ahead and sharpen your smile line, and if there's any acrylic left on the nail tip, you get that off. And I really do enjoy the smile line cutter. It's very quick, very easy. I don't mind sculpting a French, like a nail bed out either. It doesn't bother me. But it just takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of practice. I still need to do more practice, but I understand the concept and like the textures and the times and all that. It's difficult to think about it. It's difficult, but once you're actually there and you're doing it, and the more you practice at it, it becomes natural to you. So I'm trying to get it to where it's like perfect, that I don't need that much filing, and I can like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be. I'm trying to get there. So it just takes time. And with the 8080 file, it files really quick. It files super quick. You might want to use like a half moon file, one of those. It might be a little bit easier for you to file around if the jumbo board is too much, because it's a jumbo board right here. And now it's time for the design. I went ahead and brushed all the dust away with the brush before I start. Now I'm going in, which finger is this one? This is her ring finger, and a thin clear baser again, right? Just so these leaf glitters have something to stick onto, because it's fall. We wanted to go in with like the bronzy gold, like rust color leaves, and she wanted one clear now. The only issue I have with this set, because it came out really cute, the only issue I have with this is I typically like to make the nail bed the exact same color as the other nudes, just because it feels a little bit discombobulated when you have like the different colors going on. It just, because obviously the nude that her regular nail bed is, like the color it is not the same color as the nude nail bed that I use. So it's just a little distracting to me personally, and it looks a little bit off to me in my pictures, because when some people do it, it looks really good. Like you can't really tell the difference. But when I do it, for some reason it sticks out, and I'm like, ooh, I should have went in just like a little bit, just to cover her nail bed up, just to cover it up, and it would have been fine. But I will definitely do that next time. I'm on it, but I was kind of like confused on what I was doing, so I was making like little mistakes that I didn't have to, because I was kind of nervous, because I've never done this before. Like, this was my first time ever doing this design. My first time kind of putting all these elements together, so it was very nerve-wracking for me, because I literally never done this before. This was my first time like being like, okay, you can do the smile line, and you can do the glitter, and you can do that color. Like it, I didn't think I could do it, so I was really nervous. But this is just a regular encapsulation. Now I'm going in. This is called Snuggle, and it's from the Balm Nails Fall Collection. You guys, that's how like old this is. Like, I was so excited to use the Balm Nails Fall Collection, and this video is supposed to go up right after that video of me swatching the fall colors. And here we are, finally in 2022. Horrible. This is horrible. I can't believe I waited this long, but it kind of wasn't my fault. But anyways, I still haven't bought the fall collection, the glitter fall collection, and I keep forgetting to buy it every time I go to her store. I keep forgetting to buy it. But we were literally trying to find another glitter, but I forgot we have more glitter, like loose glitter, in like the cup section, because my mom makes cups. So there was glitter in that, and I completely forgot about that, because the glitter would have been so perfect for this set. It would have been unreal. But so I went ahead and did a base of Snuggle, right? And while it's still wet, I went ahead and got some of those leaves and stuck it on there. I accidentally put 2 leaves down instead of just the one, but that leaf does come off later on. If you don't encapsulate it, when you file over it, it's going to come off. So when you're encapsulating, make sure everything is matte because if anything is shiny, that means it's still sticking out, and as soon as you run that file over it, it's just going to file off instantly. So again, I'm doing the same thing, a base of Snuggle, and then I'm going in with the fall leaves on top. I don't know why, like, I was nervous, so I was picking my beads up really weird. Also, we were talking, and I'm pretty sure we're talking about something really weird. So we were kind of like laughing and all that, so that's just how it is when I do her nails. So this color is very pretty. It's a very nice shade of brown. I don't really have much browns in general, but yeah, that fall collection was really a lifesaver. For these Frenches, I went ahead and did a base of Snuggle, and you want to make sure you don't get it on the top of the French because it's going to be kind of difficult to file off without you hitting that glitter. So you want to be very careful with that, but you want to make sure you have a full coverage of Snuggle and push it right up against that lip so it kind of gives that shadowy look. So it kind of like, yeah, it gives like a little bit of a shadow. You can also paint that with some brown gel polish if you want to, right around that smile line, so it gives that shadow. But I went ahead and just pushed it up as close as I can get it without getting it on top, and then I went ahead and put some more leaves on it. And you want to be very strategic with the placement of your leaves. You don't want anything hanging off the side because, like I said, when you go in with that file, it's going to come right off if it's not encapsulated. So if it's sticking out too far to the side, you can't encapsulate that or it'll make your nail look wonky, and you still want to stay within the guidelines of your nail. So I went ahead and asked her, you know, which glitters do you like? What do you not like? Because like I said, she is wearing these for like 2 weeks. If she keeps them on for that long, she does like to rip them off. I've already told her not to. She's not going to stop doing it. So I just stopped doing her nails for right now. But we will have a Valentine's Day nail set because she's waited long enough. So I think she's going to be good with these nails. So again, I'm doing the same thing. The layer of Snuggle, then the glitter, the leaves, right? The glitter leaves. Again, like I'm telling you guys, a glitter, like a brown glitter would have been perfect for this. Like an orange glitter, a brown glitter mixed together would have been like swirled on top of this, would have been so good. This would have been so good. Me personally, these nails, we did do them glossy. I would have did it matte, but it looked so good. But she doesn't like matte, which is okay. It's not everybody's thing, but matte with this would have been killer. So yes, I'm gonna let you guys watch the very short remaining clips of this video, just me encapsulating. And here I am showing you, like, it's okay if it gets a little bit on like the tip of the nail, like the tip of the nail bed, but because you kind of need to fill it in. So that's kind of why it's okay. But I don't want to encapsulate the entire nail because there's no need for that. So yeah, there was my little rant. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry, I don't even have the filing, the top coating, the nothing. And as you guys can see, I stayed in my shape pretty good. Like this is pretty good. Like I'm getting better and better. It really is just practicing. Is really all it takes. So just make sure you practice a lot. Like it's really, really important that you practice. I'm still like not where I want to be with nails, but I'm getting close. Kind of, sort of, not really. But I'm getting way better and I can kind of see, okay, this is what needs to change. This is what I did wrong. So this is kind of why I like recording what I do. It's because you can see every single set is different and there's improvement every single time. So that's pretty much all I have. It's just the encapsulation. So what I do is I wet the nail just a little bit. Well, I'm supposed to wet the nail. I didn't do it this time, but I wet the nail so it can slide a little bit over the leaves easier. Then I go ahead and use wetter beads just so the clarity is very nice because we have that the glitter on there. So you want to make sure you're able to see the glitter, because if you use beads that are too dry, they're going to get all like bubbly and all that, even with like a no bubble formula. If you're picking it up dry and then you have to drag it a lot because it's dry, then you're putting like air bubbles in there, and then like the powder is just dry in general, so you're gonna get like specks of powder in there and it's just too much. So I like to do wetter beads when I encapsulate, and I think I brought the clear up a little too high, but I did file it off in the end anyways. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry I don't have more footage for you guys. This set is really, really cute, and I will be doing something similar to it. Well, not just something that's a little bit more intricate, more than the Let Us Know bundle ones were kind of intricate. I really enjoyed that one. I really enjoyed the concept of that. So I'll be doing more of that. Maybe I'll go live this week. Maybe I'm gonna upload this video probably today. It's already 10 o'clock. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in my next one. Everything I have a link to down below in the description. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and ring the bell. Also, my social medias are gonna be down below in the description. And yeah, I might be going live on Sunday. Today is the 8th, which is a Saturday, which I'm probably gonna upload it today because I'm tired of this video waiting, and it's already 2022. Yeah, I hope you guys had a good new year, and let me get off of here. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.